Like I have this like quote that I kind of made up one day, and I was like, ordinary language is insulting to the depth of human emotion. Right?
Oh, whoa, that's
Like,
good, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I was
That's
like, whoa. I
awesome,
was
yeah.
like I hated to like toot my own horn, but I was like, man, ordinary language is kind of insulting to the
Yeah.
because like, how do you put a word to a feeling?
Okay.
And that's like what poetry is. Like you're trying to find a word that can either abstractly or physically put a feeling together, right?
Wow.
Like, at least in my experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this
absolutely.
is like getting back to like the weird thing, like I guess weird. And in college, I didn't really learn about poems. I breezed through it, right? And when I decided to start writing, like I started using AI.
Okay.
And the first person I told them, they're like, "Oh, AI is writing your poems." I'm like, "No, like I'm having it act like a professor to teach me and be like, oh, give me critical feedback."
Yeah, yeah.
And so that has really pushed me to being like, okay, well, I would really double down on things like and say the same thing in just different words. And I realized that like it was kind of like beating a dead horse. Like I could be like, oh, this is this, this is this, and then say the same thing just again with the same exact sentence with a different word. Like anybody in high school did to finish an essay
Right.
of 5,000 word count.
Yeah,
right?
you
Like,
gotta
you say the
stretch it a little
same exact
bit,
thing
yeah.
with literally using a thesaurus to have a different word that's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like trapped and shackled. Okay, it's the same thing. One sounds
back-to-back
better.
sentences.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like, oh, I'm
exactly.
shackled by my shame, but I'm
Yeah.
like I'm trapped in my own mind, right? Like something like
Yeah.
that. Like what is that? You said the exact same thing twice in a row. It's not adding emphasis in my opinion because like you're watering it down now.
Sure.
So like the impact that like the phrase shackled in shame is
Yeah,
so
as
much
a standalone is like
so much deeper than
strong,
trapped
yeah.
in mind, which shame is a mindset. Trapped and shackled is the same thing. So like learning, and I had no idea about this. Like I thought, oh, I'm gonna add emphasis. It's gonna be like more punctual. It's gonna be more like But learning to be again kind of like less is more in a way, to let the words and the space and breathe, right? Because like then you think about shackled and shame, like. I mean, I'm only saying that because that's like something I've recently wrote.
Sure.
But like, it like you really you start to think about it more.
Yeah.
It has more weight than it being split between two things. So like that was one thing that like Claude, the AI that I use, helped me like
interesting.
recognize
Yeah.
like, okay, I do this a lot. Like it's not like my voicing, it's just repetition for repetition's sake. And a lot of my earlier things do that, or I would be too much in the abstract, right? So it wouldn't have anything to bring you down to earth, right? It would all be this in your own like headspace kind of thing, instead of like a physical thing, which like when you read something, it abstract is kind of hard to comprehend sometimes.
Yeah,
But-
it definitely depends for sure.
Physicality, like you can feel it, like you know what I'm saying, like you would put it to your own experience and you'd be like, I felt that before, I know what that feeling is like, and now you've just connected with somebody's art
Okay.
through a physical thing, because anybody could be like, oh, she was the apple of my eye, right? Like, okay, that doesn't really carry the weight of like I am the knife and the suture, right? Like I'm hurting myself, but is it healing me? You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Like,
Sure,
like
yeah.
that is more visceral, and you could feel that as opposed to like the one that you just think about.
Yeah. Well, shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thou art more vibrant and more temperate.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, exactly. Like,
Yeah, poetry is good. It
is.
I can definitely get down with poems for sure. It's making me think a lot about my writing, actually.
yeah, good. I'm glad I can be inspiring.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, I gotta like look back on some other stuff too. think it'd be cool to write poems. I did write lyrics for a song. I've been fucking around with GarageBand a little bit.
Awesome, that's cool.
So I want to put some stuff together, but I also need vocal training for sure.
That's hard, man.
Yeah, vocal training is tough.
I just started reading a book called Writing Better Lyrics by
cool.
Pat Pattison, I think. I think that's what their name is.
Pat.
Yeah, right. And there's some they're just like a professor at Berkeley.
Okay.
Just a professor. At Berkeley.
Yeah, just
but
a professor.
But it's just a guy who is talking about creative writing basically. And one of the first exercise I just got this book 3 days ago.
Okay.
And I probably read I don't know 5 pages of it, and
Sure.
I'm all right, sometimes you just gotta ease into things, right?
Yeah.
And one of the exercises was all right, write about a place without using these words.
Oh,
right?
interesting.
And he talks about his porch, his back porch. And
Yeah.
there's one thing that stuck out to me. It's oh, I need to be mindful of my head when I stand up so my head doesn't hit the nails on the ceiling. Right? Just something that you would have never thought about to write about a porch, because when you think about a porch, you think about the wind, the nice, the sun, the smell of the grass.
Interesting,
but
yeah.
you don't think about, you forget what's under the porch. You forget the mushrooms that are under the porch, or the buzzing of the bees.
It's so good.
It's
dude.
little things that you just
Yeah, for the world building aspect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And describe the room. Does this room feel loud? Does this room feel small? What makes it feel bigger?
What within the real world can you use that wouldn't necessarily describe it that way, that you can kind of encapsulate the feeling of claustrophobia within.
Yeah. How would you say it's claustrophobic without saying it? Without using the word stuffy, or and I'm oh, that's really interesting. And I've been thinking about it for the past couple of days. I have not done the exercise yet,
Sure.
but just in my own mind, I'm okay,
No, dude, that's fantastic.
Noticing the little things, dude, I don't know why, but it's watch yourself standing up so your back and your head don't hit the spikes. Almost you could sit there all day and just forget that. Dude, when I came in here, I hit my head on this immediately.
Oh fuck, I didn't see that. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good, dude. And I'm just dude, I thought about that. I'm huh.
Yeah, this
okay.
What if there were nails here?
The slant of the roof,
Yeah.
It's just
that's perfect, right? The slanting of the roof causes makes the room feel smaller or whatever.
Now I'm sitting here paranoid about standing up a little bit. Not not really, but I could write that. I'm intimidated to stand up because of the the slant of the roof.
Dude, that's honestly, I have a feeling that just feels like this dude wrote it while he was sitting out on his porch, right? This feels like this is only an idea that you would get from being there and being what in this space right now can I think about, right? That's not just something that you'd sit at your desk inside and be oh, let me think about a porch.
Well, and that's the thing. And he calls it diving. You're diving into these this thing, how far down can you go and get your message across. I'm not just gonna say exposition for exposition's sake, but how much depth and how much what's the word? I just had the word. How
that's all right.
Whatever. But how big can you make this thing and make it feel alive, right?
Yeah, man. That is definitely what I'm missing for sure. I think there was a lot of. I think the content that I have so far with the book that I'm writing is nice, but there's definitely, I've wanted to stretch out the parts that just make it feel like you're there with the character. Cause in my head, it's you're following this guy and he's in this sort of broken down city basically, and just trying to build this city and get you to see through the eyes of the character all this destitution and everything falling apart. There's definitely a lot I've been missing, but I've been trying to describe even using the color of the sun to make the air itself a different color and things like that.
Yeah, I would again, I have no idea what you're writing, like what
Yeah.
you're writing, how far, how much detail. Like one thing for me, whenever like 'cause I've written like short stories before, and one thing I always focused on was like again like texture, smell, right? Like the things that would put you that you know, because again, abstract things like it doesn't always put you in a spot because it makes
Yeah.
it's big. It's a big thing to think about. Like so you're as much as like okay, you're gonna think about it, you're detaching from the grittiness of a demolished city, like the dust in my nose, or like the acrid stench of rotting whatever, like
Sure.
a busted gas line that you smell, like the humidity clinging to my skin, like how it's different because now I'm walking through dust cloud, like I'm sweating and like I feel my pores clogging from the street dust, like
Wow,
things like that,
dude.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's little things like that that put you in the moment instead of you thinking about the moment. And
Oh,
like
okay.
and that was one
Okay.
thing, like at first I was like, all right, you want people to think about the moment. No, you want them to be in the moment.
Yeah, you want them to
you
be
want
there.
to be there. Like you don't again, a physical sensation. I'm not gonna say everybody. Most people can think about and can feel it and they can resonate. Like, oh, I've had that. Like
Yeah.
like microfiber cloth in your hands get stuck. Like
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah,
I'm
that's so
sure
funny.
like people who are listening are like, oh, like it makes my skin crawl. So like you could put that in words, and you could get that reaction out of your reader.
Sure.
And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but one of my art professors was like, art should elicit an emotional response, but why not a physical response too? So like like that's why like romanticy is such a big thing. Like
Oh,
people get aroused easily. Like it's such an easy
Bro, the
lizard brain.
rise of smut.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
It's such like an easy. Not I'm not gonna say easy, but like people are easily aroused.
Yeah.
Like and again, that's a physical thing because you could physically feel it. You could think about that feeling, and that feeling. You could visualize that better.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, man.
Interesting.
Like I would put. I'm not gonna tell you how to write your book, but like
Yeah.
I would put a lot of like physical things in it.
Sure.
Like,
No, I mean that's good because there is also a part in the book where like some physical harm does happen to the main character, and I want to like make you feel it.
see, and that yeah, exactly. Like, I would lean into again. This is not professional advice. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But like,
This is not legal
yeah,
advice.
like lean into the things that make you uncomfortable a little bit with that.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
I don't know what happens, but like, okay, if he's getting cut, right?
Yeah.
Like, describe the feeling of the cut. Like,
Sure.
like obviously, like people do that. Like that's
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
a novel thing. But describe like the aftermath, like how again, if you're in a dusty thing, like the dust
Yeah.
starting to clog the pole, like the wound, or like just I don't know, man. Like anything like
Sure.
that. Like I'm inhaling smoke at a faster rate now because I'm bleeding. Like I don't know, man. What do I know?
No, that's okay. I think that's all great advice, and I mean I think it's good. I don't think there's like I'm trying. Not that I think anyone's gonna like steal my book idea or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, Amazon.
Amazon is already listening. But no, he like gets jumped. It's like I'm trying to, it is just trying to be like a similar to definitely like the classic dystopians. I think for the book that I'm writing specifically, I low key at the moment I've been playing with the idea of like having the main character not speak like at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I don't know how I'm gonna like have that like come through, or maybe like just have his dialogue be minimal, sort of like I don't know, like Rambo or something. But it's definitely supposed to be like this journey of like this guy who comes from a place that historically has been like high society, like top class. Right, basically America or any other first world authoritarian
Of course,
country.
yeah. I mean, there's a reason for writing things. You know?
Yeah. And right, he's living in the city, and like over a certain amount of time, like the city becomes like destitute and despair. And the idea that I'm playing with is like the government itself like sort of forced everybody out of these like areas. right, to play with the idea of like freedom of movement and stuff too. And it's like, you know, he's sort of lamenting about the fact that like all this shit has gone down, and like just the idea of like what, you know, a government's responsibility should be, and like how these things sort of fell apart. And then it goes on into like he's now living in this city, and he's like taking these measures to one, like set up everything for himself. So he's like set up all these like devices and equipment to like what is the word called, not dilute, the one with like the chemistry thing. I think it starts with a D, where like you shit man like distill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he like you distill water to like make it fresh, and all like growing crops and all these other things
Gotcha.
like within a specific area to like sort of just have like this self-sustainable thing within like this destitute area. And then also like have these plans to be able to sort of like, I don't know, bring this idea of freedom or like anti-authoritarianism to the masses. Right now I sort of have him like collecting a bunch of like other popular dystopian novels, and like trying to have him figure out a way to like make these books public knowledge again, where it's like similar with like Fahrenheit 451, it wasn't even necessarily like the book burning that was like the problem, where like yes, the books were illegal technically and like people didn't have access to them, but the bigger issue is actually the fact that it's like all of the media and state-sponsored content that was being pushed out were all renditions of these like old pieces of art, and with a twist to like make it not what the original meaning was anymore.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, right? So there, like, similarly, there's like a version of Animal Farm that was released more recently that the CIA actually had like pretty deep involvement in. So they changed the ending, but they released it as though it were like an authentic, like true to book movie, and it just wasn't. So, you know, definitely, I don't know. I have a feeling like the character within this novel is probably not going to have a happy ending.
I mean, that's dystopia, right? Like,
Yeah.
it kind of sucks.
It kind of sucks.
Oh, it does. It does suck. Like,
It does suck. Who even knows? Like, this might end up just being like a thing where he doesn't even like accomplish his mission, to be honest. Because it's like, you know, as far as like, if I wanted to like put myself within, like, let's say, you can sort of see this progression like across authors from like earlier dystopian works to like later dystopian works, just because it is like just different stages of authoritarianism. So there is a lot of similar rhetoric and a lot of ideas that definitely get passed through these authors. So it's like, I don't know, sort of going from like the older ones into the newer ones, it just feels like this book is just the next step in like this cycle of things that are getting repeated. And you know, we're at a point where it's like this is like very much a mirror of what is going on in today's world, where it's like exploring isolation, exploring like anxiety and paranoia, exploring hopelessness, right? Just like, yeah, bleakness, the fact that it's like you can literally be in places that would be considered like some of the best places of all time and have literally no way to do anything about whatever you need to do. It's like you could have whatever like access and like all these advanced technologies and algorithms, and it's like, yeah, like all these things are like fruitless and it's already too late. Which is, I think I might go with that pessimistic, like it's all like we're fucked already, like rather than like most of these books do have like this more positive, like, hey, like maybe there is a way, you know, to salvation. But yeah, I think I'm going with that there is no salvation.
And that's the thing, dude. Like, I was thinking about this the other day with like the data centers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I am a user of AI, right? Like, what is the end game?
Yeah.
Like, I really I don't know. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, what is like, what more can it be doing? I don't know. Like, I'm sure there's an infinite amount of things it could be doing. Like AI agents, like could take over so many different sectors of work and everything.
Yeah.
Which, again, I kind of get. Like, if people are gonna be working less, great. Like, cool.
Yeah,
Like,
but people are not gonna
I
work
know
less.
that's the thing. People are gonna
Yeah.
be working different jobs.
Yeah.
And you know, whatever would give us more free time to be human, right? That's great. Like, in my opinion. But like, what is the end game? What is the like the pinnacle of AI? Like, at what point are we going to be like, okay, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Like when is it, like, does it ever stop?
Yeah, does it ever stop?
Because intelligence doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
is this going to be such an exponential growth? Like I know it already has been, but like, think about it. Like, if they're using all this power to compute everything, like, it's gotta just have some type of jump to where it like, where it becomes so powerful that it's like, okay, like, it's too predictive. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
sure.
like, at what
Yeah.
point is it like, okay, we've literally created a god here. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Like,
that question's already being
well,
asked
that's what
for
I mean.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, is that the end game? Is that like, I don't know. Again, these are questions that I don't even think the people in charge can answer, because I
No,
don't think
definitely
they
not.
know, because I think it's grown so rapidly that, you know, yeah, there's people who question the morality of it and like the environmental impact of it.
Sure.
And-
I mean, dude, also these tech giants seem to be on the side of like, almost like anti-humanist,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Like
crazy.
they kind of want like it, not to go on the whole fucking Alex Jones conspiracy side of things, but like I feel like he's even talked about this shit too, where it's like these people want like their own breakaway civilization almost. Like they want to be like these highly advanced, like technologically integrated humans, almost like cyborgs, and they want the rest of us to die.
I mean, like, honestly though, like, I'm getting the chills thinking about it, because like,
Yeah.
why? I'm not gonna say why wouldn't you, but like, if that's the next step of human evolution or whatever, like, people are gonna not stop for that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I don't. It is we're at a weird, like, crossroad in humanity where, like, and I'm sure we've been there a lot longer than we realize, but like, the integration of technology into people, like, I mean, like, pacemaker.
Oh,
That's
sure,
technology,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
like, and people don't bat an eye at that, because it's like,
It's so
improving-
helpful,
Exactly,
yeah.
like, it's improving somebody's quality of life. But like, when you start introducing, you know, things
Yeah.
like this, like, whatever this is going to be, and we're gonna have synths now, basically, like,
Oh, yeah,
and
we're gonna have synths,
yeah, we're gonna have
yeah.
people who are like the first generation of somebody born into a, you know, not a real body.
Oh, dude,
You know,
that's gonna be crazy.
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
like, how far away is that? Like, like we started this conversation, like, the technologies we have now, like, we don't realize. Like,
Yeah, we really don't know.
dude, I mean, they were controlled. Like, I saw something, again, I don't know how real this is, but they were like using brain cells to play Doom.
Whoa!
Like, and,
I
like-
feel like it did see that
Like, and
actually.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, is this just a petri dish hooked up with some alligator clips,
Yes.
and it's playing Doom? Like, what?
Yeah.
So like, if that's what they're showing us, like, you know, and I don't know, man. There's just, I know the world is dark and nefarious, and like, money and power will drive people to do crazy things.
Sure.
And like, you know, the spread of information or disinformation or misinformation, like, isn't by accident.
Oh yeah.
You
none
know,
of it's by
and
accident.
that's another thing, because like, you let this out of the bag and people panic. And like, you let people know that, oh, okay, like, half of these people might actually have been dead. Like, I don't know, you know,
sure.
like, I can't tell you for certainty, but like, what's to say that, you know, people aren't, and they're not essentially reanimated to some extent.
Oh.
Like, you know, like, Walt Disney froze his head for a reason.
Oh yeah.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that was
dude.
however long ago. Like,
Sure.
you know, so, he had the I guess the wherewithal.
Yeah, he had the money.
The money to like, okay, I know at some point we're gonna have technology that could put me back together.
Yeah, at least computer consciousness, right? Be able to download his brain.
Listen,
Yeah.
if you do that, there's nothing different.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
it is not Walt Disney is not that person, but for all intents and purposes, that person is now learning as that person.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it really is. It's sort of like an integration of biological AI, right? Where
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, I know. It's you are training these AI programs based on a personality of someone. So it's like you are just collecting like years of data of personality data to be able to put that into a computer and have a computer replicate just personality data for you.
And that's the thing. Like I use Claude a lot for like a lot of things, and I'm sure that like obviously it's not gonna be a perfect profile.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like doing that. That's not my mission. My mission is to like be better at writing. Like like to be a better person. Like things like that. Like to whatever. But at the big scale, like you could put that like they had to shut it off.
Yeah.
There was a while that it kind of became sentient. So like again, you put that into these rehab robots, like and I don't know if it's gonna be like Terminator. Like I mean, a lot of people will be like, "Hey, dude, it's coming around the corner," because in the movie, wasn't it like 2029?
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, Terminator's about to happen for real.
And what was that? That was what 40 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, man, I don't know. Some things is too perfect to be accident.
Yeah, Matrix seemed a little too real. Terminator seems a little too real.
And at the time it was science fiction.
Yeah, now it's science reality.
What that was it was just it was mentally priming. Like I don't know, man. Predictive or subjective messages and or subjective like subconscious messaging and like all that stuff is like a proven thing. Like I mean anything.
I mean, that what you're about to say, I think is going to be really interesting, because there is I did mention briefly the whole CIA thing, because like the CIA has a Hollywood division, they have an entertainment division, so
like again, this gets into like I guess more alternative forms of thinking.
Sure.
Right, like this is where my curiosity is. I have to have very strict rules and guidelines with, because again it's like danger. Information is danger, dude. Information is power. But like
going on conspiracy rabbit holes can definitely put you into like a pretty dark spot.
In a dark spot, or it could really kind of open your eyes in a way.
Sure.
Right, and that, like Eyes Wide Shut, like like there's plenty of things. But like post World War II, when like is pretty much when it all
the modern propaganda machine.
Yeah, like when we started
now,
really, I would say, even World War One, really.
Sure.
Like,
oh, dude. Okay, yeah. The murder of Archduke Franz Ferdinand was like literally is the sole, like if we can like pin back basically to one moment of every single thing, like why everything has happened, it is that moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and you need to think that like, okay, why was it done? Okay. Now Germany's destroyed. Now we put plenty of sanctions on Germany. They can't do anything. Now they have a leader who rises to power, blah, 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 blah. Now another state is formed. What, like, you're forming a state that is an ideology, and now people are running from that. Now you have people who are part of the bad party escaping through, literal government intervention for safety.
Yeah.
And now those people integrated into our society, and we take playbook from them. You learn like, oh, what worked? Oh, propaganda is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
It is a machine. It can't be stopped.
Yeah,
okay.
Propaganda is insane.
Again, fear works wonders. Is crazy.
Yeah.
People will do anything for fear.
Yeah,
People will do anything if they feel afraid. Like it's as simple as that. And you have.
Oh sure. Also, before I just remembered, this is so important to say because this connects to the arousal part as well, and a more modern military tactic, which is like the fucking e-girls in thirst traps and stuff that they're like having recruits be like, come look at our sexy women, come join the army,
which is crazy.
Crazy,
dude. Like, and again, now it is psychological warfare on our own people.
Yeah.
And like, it's crazy to think about that. This is what 80 years ago where it started.
Oh man.
And it's only been more fine-tuned.
Oh yeah,
fine-combed.
yeah. It hasn't gotten
like,
worse.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and we're led to believe like, oh yeah, okay, all of this happened and it's not happening anymore. We stopped doing that.
Yeah, and then everything was happy forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, happy ever after.
Yeah,
after
that was our happily ever
like,
after.
That's it,
yeah.
dude. Like,
we stopped making weapons.
Yeah.
We stopped spying on people.
and like, and we come to the point now where it's like, it is so ingrained in our society, especially through the Cold War. Like, again, dude, the fear everywhere, dude. Like, we're still living in the fallout of that.
Yeah.
Like,
from Vietnam?
Well, no, the Cold War.
Oh, Cold War,
like,
right.
Yeah, like, we're still feeling the aftershock.
Oh, sure. We still hate Russia as a country.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably doing some bad things, whatever.
Sure.
I think all people are doing bad things.
Yeah, most governments and countries are not clean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's just how you paint them.
Yeah.
Like, again, we only see what we see. We don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
We have no idea. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. I don't think we mentioned this last time, but like with the Holocaust and everything, and I know it's a touchy subject for a lot of people, as it deservedly should be.
Yeah.
But like, when people think like the Holocaust was ended, like, who do you know who ended the Holocaust? Do you know
who ended? You said?
Yeah, who put most of the effort into it?
No,
it was Soviet Union.
Oh
yeah. So like, it was like astronomically different amount of work that the Soviet Union put into it.
Wow.
Versus Americans who we came in at the end.
Yeah, we were only there for like the last bit of it.
Exactly.
I mean, to be fair, it was a vital portion.
Yeah, exactly. But like, the amount of casualties that the Soviet Union had is significant. I mean, let's not even start with that. But like, it's crazy. Like,
And also Japan just destroyed all of Asia, right? Like, that is, like, pretty well hidden, and they, like, Japan as a country had a lot of treaties with, like, American accords and stuff to, like, hide a lot of that shit.
Did we I don't know if we talked about, I think Unit 731.
No, we didn't.
Do you know that?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I've only, like, sort of been getting into more of like the Japanese atrocities recently, and like the Imperial Sun, because my fiance's Filipino and they fucked up the Philippines.
Oh yeah. This is like really where I guess I like kind of focus down into in my history and propaganda studies.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was either 731 or 741. I think it's 731, but it was like their scientific division.
Okay.
Right. And essentially, it was like, like death camps, kind of.
Sure, yeah, like the Nazi scientific experiments.
It was kind of like that, but in only the way the Japanese people could do, and that's be more so than everybody else.
Oh.
So like, they were the ones who found out the water percentage of people by literally vaporizing
Whoa!
them. Yeah, and the United States, when they found out, they're like, hey, just give us the information you guys got from all this, and we'll dissolve it.
Yeah,
and it won't, you won't be tried for war crimes.
Whoa! So like, they just like, vaporized people,
dude. There is some, and it was just like a lot of like Chinese POWs, like endless people were just being like tested, and like different experiments and like effective weapons and torture and all of this stuff, and it's just like, it's one of the darker, obviously, side of humanity, but like, we know how much water a human body has.
Yeah, at least we know we're like 65% water.
Yeah, right. And
so that's pretty cool. That's something that people just say casually and have no idea that how many people died for us to know that.
Yeah, because how else do you find out?
Yeah.
Like,
no,
honestly,
I never asked.
I don't know. It's like
I never thought to ask.
How many calories does a normal human have?
Yeah. You have to blow them up.
You have to literally melt them away.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's how
you put them in a machine and blow up the thing.
Like, we're laughing about it, but it's because it's absurd. It's crazy. Man. Right? It's so like wild.
Yeah.
Again, humans would put another human because they were dehumanized, or they had a different view, a little bit of a different perspective.
Whoa.
And
That's brutal, dude.
yeah,
That's fucked up.
It's crazy, man. Like, and again, we give Nazi scientists a bad rap.
Yeah.
Think about how useful everyday things are that they created.
Yeah. Fanta.
I mean, jets, like, what I'm saying? Like,
trains.
Like so many things that came out of these terrible.
Yeah, I mean, the best,
industry,
some of the best
like,
guns and vehicles in the world, for sure.
It's unfortunate that military pushes industry a lot of time. Like, with everything pretty much. Like, otherwise, why are we developing things to be better other than to kill more people?
True.
Like,
Is the MP5 German?
Oh yeah.
I shot that recently.
Oh,
they're so good, dude. That little bar that it has to like smack it is so nice.
So,
it feels good. It's a nice gun.
I kind of like. I told you I was a gunsmith for a while, right?
No.
Oh yeah. Okay. So.
Oh shit.
I was a gunsmith for like 2 years, and one of the guys, it was like 75-year-old man, was like a renowned MP5 gunsmith. So
okay.
we would build them together.
Cool.
And so yeah, the HK slap is specific. Like, you're supposed to slap it.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to let it go forward.
Okay.
Because of the rollers, right? Like, you're supposed to slap it and
Yeah.
let the springs push the rollers forward, locking the round chamber. So yeah, it is awesome.
It's
MP5
awesome.
is a fantastic, fantastic firearm. But yes, it's German. But again, like, that's just a testament to engineers.
Oh yeah,
It
man.
really
The German
is, like,
engineers were crazy, for sure.
Like, and
Gustav Cannon.
It sucks that like you're
Yeah.
like, it sucks that like you get lumped in with political ideology
Sure.
as like an engineer and
yes.
like it's unfortunate, like I said, that a lot of the times the military pushes industry.
Yeah.
And
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, and it's a shame that we can't do better. Like
I know.
my brother works at Lockheed Martin, and he's a helicopter engineer, right?
See,
Like, he designed
dude, I was gonna
mechanical
say,
engineer.
man, I know someone who I play rugby with who works for Sikorsky, who works on helicopters.
Yeah. And he, we've talked about this before, and he's like, yeah, I went to school for mechanical engineering. Like, he's got his master's and all that, right? And he's like, I chose Sikorsky, right? Like, I chose Lockheed because, I could, what's the word I'm looking for? Not verbalize, but like I could argue, that helicopters don't just kill people. Like they help people too. Like, like helicopters are probably
Sure.
The most versatile aircraft we have right now, I guess, right? Like there's other things I'm sure, but like like VTOL and whatever, but
Yeah, I mean, right, you use helicopters to transport people to hospitals, get them out of like the middle of the woods in the middle of nowhere.
So like, you could he rationalize it. Like he could rationalize his work that way, which is
like
crazy.
these helicopters aren't going to be used to kill people.
Yeah, but, like,
no,
like,
not my helicopters.
And that's the thing that like okay, you go work at like a place that designs missiles. Like there's no alternate use for missiles.
Yeah,
like,
there's
you
no
know what I'm
alternate
saying?
use,
Like
yeah.
okay, what's the alternate use? Like
We're gonna blow up a cave.
Yeah, right.
Like
Cool.
sure.
So like, and we've talked a lot about that.
Okay.
Like morality when it comes to like being an engineer.
Yeah.
Because like there's so many fields of engineering that are like, again, specifically for the military industrial complex.
Yeah, they are.
And it's hard because like like there are these brilliant minds who are like redesigning everything, right? And the civilians will get it years later.
Oh yeah,
obviously, like, we know this is not like a hidden thing, but
Sure.
like it's crazy that how it comes to be, and it can't just be that. Like we can't just have the best for people. It needs to be the best for killing people.
Yeah, it's for the people in power first.
Yeah, exactly.
It always is, right?
Oh, maybe you could get a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about like sure we have AI introduced to us like now, but like you're telling me the government hasn't been like fucking around with like computers like this for a long time?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, again, everything is. I think there's like I think there's like a principle or a term, but it's like we're 30 years behind, and
Yeah.
that could be just like a blanket statement that people are just like, oh yeah, we're just 30 years behind. But like,
Sure.
I mean,
It's kind of true.
it really
Yeah.
feels that way, right?
It does
like,
feel that way.
I mean, I don't have I didn't have a guided missile system in the 70s. Like now I guess I kind of do, like my phone, like you can do
Sure.
whatever on that thing, but like
Oh,
it's
dude.
just
Yeah, I mean, you could, right? Especially now, I should say, with your phone or even just any computer, like the integration of like other computer systems like within yourself and like browser operated like systems and stuff too, right? It's like I've seen like websites where it's like you can access like any CCTV like camera in the country. Like you could just click on any
And-
link and just like access a camera. It's like, okay, sure.
like there's this thing, open source intelligence.
Yeah.
And it's like that. Like it's crazy to see that, like, oh yeah, you just could anybody could like get into pretty much anything.
Yeah, pretty much
because
anything.
it's open source. Like
Yeah.
anybody, which if we're really gonna boil things down, I think open source is the future.
Oh, sure.
Because like it just gives everybody the same opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're giving everybody a somewhat level playing field. Limited by your funding, whatever. But like
Yeah.
the information is there. So like if somebody has a good idea, like that's how ideas are born. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's how, like, because everything's derivative, right? Like
Sure.
everything has somebody had a reason to think about this in a different way than the person who designed it.
Oh,
Right?
definitely.
And like that's innovation. Like, and I know specifically in the firearms community, when like I've kind of separated myself from that a little bit, but like restriction creates innovation, right? Like
Restriction creates innovation.
yeah, or like
Interesting.
restriction. Something I remember there's a saying like that, something like that. But like
I mean, I
you
can
put
see
more
that.
restrictions
Yeah,
on
yeah.
things, and people are going to get more innovative.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you have prison engineers.
Well, like think about like Formula One cars. Like I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they
how
put
much-
limits to, like,
so
engines and
everything
stuff
is
and
restricted
weight,
and
yeah.
limited, and you have these manufacturers who are like, okay, well we're gonna make it so when we turn, like the flaps open a certain way, and they're like, oh well that's restricted, but like actually it's not because it's not powered, blah 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 blah. Like it's,
Oh, sure.
it's like it's basically using loophole, right? Like and. Same in the firearms industry. Like, okay, like,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
like, oh, you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
have an automatic rifle, right? Like, I mean, you certainly can.
Yeah,
That's
there's
such a misconception.
the other category,
well,
right?
not, yeah, that's a little different.
It's like, this is a pistol.
Yeah, okay, sure. But with like automatic weapons, right? Like, you could get it. You've always been able to. It's just pay to play. You just have to have money. That's literally the only thing stopping you from having whatever you want is money.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
Money. That's it.
Yeah.
So
You could buy a tank.
you can exactly. Yeah. Nothing. I mean,
Yeah, there's-
like, nothing stopping you other than money.
Yeah, nothing is stopping you except for the money, because there are decommissioned tanks out there that you could just buy.
Yeah. But so with like automatic firearms, it's hard for regular people to get because I don't have $15,000 to spend.
Wow.
Oh, that's like entry level.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, like that's like the, yeah. I would say the lowest I could remember
yeah.
would be like $7,000
Holy shit.
up to whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Up to whatever, and like there was this guy who used to come into the shop and he had an M60. Right, from
Okay.
Vietnam. Like
Wow.
basically, like he was an M60 gunner
Yeah.
in Vietnam.
He took
and
it back home with him.
I mean, he wanted one, like for whatever reason, and the gun was valued at like $370,000
What?
because you can't get them. So because they're made pre like 1983,
Wow.
like they're kind of fair game.
Holy
so, like,
shit.
these things are investments, right?
Yeah.
Like some of the MP5s we were working on that they use original MP5 parts. Right, so like
Oh,
a lot of
cool,
like
yeah.
so a lot of the things would be like you have to have the original serial number, right?
Whoa.
So like because that's what determines the firearm, right?
Okay,
so the original
sure.
receiver basically, and you could just build around that. So you have that, right? Like with MP5s is the trigger pack basically. So if you get a pre-band trigger pack, it's like 20 grand, 25 grand. You can go look them right now. Like
Whoa.
easy, like up to like $80,000, $90,000
Oh my
for
god.
like desirable ones. But like
Holy shit.
again, that's because people like to have full auto, unrestricted, whatever. And
Yeah.
power to them, right?
Yeah.
So what was developed was what's called a forced reset trigger, right? So basically, the trigger mechanism in most like an AR rifle, right? Like you pull it once, you release it, the trigger resets,
Yeah.
because the piston basically pushes it back,
Right.
The bolt carrier group actually it's called, push that back, resets the spring, locks it in place, and when you pull the trigger again, it goes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
a forced
Ding, ding,
reset
ding.
trigger
Okay.
is basically doing it both ways. So like when
Oh.
it's firing when you release your trigger also. So
Oh,
like it essentially will give you
yeah.
a full automatic.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So like, and that was like a big stink for a while. It was like, oh, what's full automatic? And then people were like,
Okay.
well, actually, it's not.
It's technically
because
not,
It's technically not.
yeah.
Like these are in your rules. This is the way we got around it.
Yeah, because full auto would be you push and hold.
One for multiple. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not that.
Yeah, technically not that.
Technically
Isn't
not.
that also like bump stocks
Well,
are supposed
it's,
to like?
it's pretty much
yeah.
the same. It's pretty much the same principle. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
And it just makes it cost an absurd amount of money
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. Like, and like restriction drives innovation. That's it.
Sure.
Like, and again, it's unfortunate that it is that way, and that innovation just can't be its own thing. That
Yeah.
we have to, restrict ourselves to push ourselves. But I guess that's growth, right? Like,
Yeah, it's growth. I mean, unfortunately as well. I mean, restriction, yes, does like cure innovation or whatever, but it's also like it's unfortunate that like the most innovation, the fastest that ever happens is when we are at war. Right? It's like, why does the restriction have to be no peace?
yeah, right. Like it can't be to solve cancer.
Yeah,
it can't
right?
It can't be anything like that, because then, hey, think about how much money goes into cancer research.
But
dude.
the money.
The money. Where do we come
Why didn't I
back to,
think
dude?
about our shareholders?
God.
I should have been creating shareholder value.
Like, and that's the unfortunate reality that we live in. That profit is over people, and it's always
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, I don't have an answer. I don't think there is an answer.
Probably not.
Like, the only answer is to like literally chop the top off, right? Like,
Yeah.
and even at that, like, independent, open source, everything.
Oh yeah.
Because then that's kind of what crypto was supposed to be, but then it got kind of like
Yeah.
not, right? Like,
Yeah.
it still kind of is, but it's the government controls it now.
Yeah, I mean,
To
that was
some
sort of
extent,
like,
you
I've
know?
definitely heard some conspiracy with that as well, where it's like, that was always the plan with crypto,
Yeah.
where it was like, yeah, we'll introduce it as like this open source thing, but it was always the plan for the government to take it over.
And then it's like unfortunate,
Yeah.
right? Like, because like here's this thing, like, okay, this could be equal for everybody,
Sure.
right? Not anymore.
Yeah, and
know?
now it's just, that, especially like with an online currency, like a totally online currency, it really does feel like the sci-fi dystopian, like you're just getting credits.
Credits, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, dude. You stop. I mean, when was the last time you had cash?
Yeah,
Like,
right?
I carry some cash on me.
Yeah, but like not enough to buy like anything meaningful.
When was the last time you saw money enter your paycheck? Like, when was the last time you physically did that?
Yeah, no one has handed me a paycheck in years.
So you think about it, and you're like, okay.
They don't even need to print the money. Like, they could just say that there's a certain amount of money, because most people actually, right, unless every single person went down to the bank and took out their money, they could just say however much money is in existence and it would be true.
And what is that? What did we start this conversation?
I don't even know anymore, man.
Consensus reality. Dude.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's literally like that. Like,
It is
we
that.
put value on certain things. We could, again, people forget how powerful people are, and how creative and how innovative we can be.
Yeah.
But again, what keeps people down?
Fear.
Yeah.
Control.
Yeah.
Ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's like, I don't want to be the person to stand up. And I'm not saying I'm going to be a revolutionary or anything, because
Sure.
I definitely don't stand up. Let me tell you, dude, I pay my
Yeah.
taxes. Like, this shit is terrifying, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, you don't want to fuck with the IRS.
and unfortunately, like, until we all come to the agreement that, like, okay, something needs to change, it's not, like, I think everybody's, this made me think about something. It's the bystander effect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's exactly that. Like, everybody's waiting for somebody else to call 911.
Yeah, man.
So nobody does.
It feels that way, for
Right?
sure.
Like, and I think a lot of people are afraid because what does that look like for the situation that we're in?
What does it look like? I think real talk, and you know, without trying to like pick a side or
Yeah,
get
of
too
course, of course.
political
Yeah,
on
yeah,
anything. Like Charlie Kirk and the assassination of Charlie Kirk was like such a like real eye opener as far as like we had this young person who was in all rights a revolutionary,
Sure.
coming to like speak out and like had a real crowd and real influence to like sway elections a certain way, who, you know, all of a sudden like was killed, right? He's this public figure who never like really said anything like too crazy that would have warranted like an assassination like that, as far as like not from any sort of, you know, big political group, except for like you know, the Israeli money that he turned down like right before he got assassinated. But it's just one of those things where it's like, yes, we have free speech in this country, but it just happens that like whenever there are people or like just a single person who like comes out and is like has a certain point of view that is like so far away from the old status quo, the comfort of like what the people in power want and what they're trying to tell everyone else, that it's like you're gonna be silenced, right? Like
It's not new.
it's not new.
Not new, man.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like
Yeah, I mean, right? American snipers are the best snipers in the world. They're gonna fucking get you from a mile away. Like,
it's crazy. Like this is a podcast I listen to. I think I've talked about hardcore history, and the host equated the buildup of Imperial Japan to leading to World War II. He called it a government by assassination.
oh,
And
wow.
so like people were being assassinated left
Oh
and right
shit.
based off of a political view.
Yeah.
You know, like, and you know, this not. It would be naive to say American history doesn't have a
History of
a
assassinations.
history of, you
Yeah.
know, killing influential leaders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it would be, yeah. I mean, it's happened numerous occasions. So
Yeah,
like,
right. Some of the most influential, right? I mean, going furthest back, Abraham Lincoln.
yeah, I was gonna say,
right?
you know, maybe a president or
Yeah,
two. Like,
maybe a couple presidents. JFK,
Maybe,
probably
yeah.
the biggest one.
Yeah.
I think they still say like the JFK video is like one of the most rewatched videos ever created or something. Yeah.
In high school, I wrote a report on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, it was for a forensics class, and I remember watching this Zapruder footage, like,
And you were like, he's in the grassy knoll.
yeah, and then,
I know for sure.
And then years later, when a different angle came out,
Yeah.
you know, that you see that the driver does it, you're just like,
Wait, what?
you haven't seen the video?
No, what the hell?
It's like, yeah, it was somebody else that they never disclosed that they had this like footage, like that they took it, right?
What?
And it got released like somewhat recently.
Oh my
And
God.
like you could clearly see the driver turn around and do it.
What the fuck?
It's like crazy.
What the
Like,
fuck?
I'm not joking. Like I was like, oh, okay.
And this is not like an AI video.
I
'Cause that
don't.
seems
I
like
don't
an
think.
AI
I don't
video.
think
That's
so, man.
crazy.
Like, I really don't.
Whoa.
And I'm just like, huh?
Yeah.
CIA does CIA things.
Yeah.
Like again, you know what? You got to follow the money and the motives.
Sure.
Like there's a reason. If you're being executed, essentially, there's a good reason.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like people don't just do that.
Sure.
Like this is not just like it doesn't just happen. Like you've done something to anger people enough to where they are again against the wall. This is like, what did I say before? Like that is the last straw, the last step, right?
Yeah.
The one that you don't want to get to.
Sure.
But if you cross that threshold, sometimes like that's what happens, and that's unfortunately the reality we live in, where like.
Yeah, you step on too many toes, and all of a sudden you're getting fucking your head blown.
And think about how many people who on lower levels, like,
Yeah.
who will never know their names.
Oh, dude, you just fucking reminded me. I'll have to send you some stuff. I forget her name. It's like Amy something. But there was like stuff recently where a whole bunch of like anti-gravity and like theoretical scientists have all been like assassinated over the past couple of years.
Of course, dude. Of course.
Yeah, man. And like the thing is, especially with like top level scientists and like some of our smartest minds, when you look at uh like government like importance versus government security for these people, it's like the importance is at 100 and the security is at 0. Like there is no protection for these people, and it's like we need these people.
It's crazy again, like, because any type of alternative energy that, like, again, you said, goes away from the comfort, the status quo of old.
Yeah.
Like, maybe, like, again, without getting too political, maybe that's why Trump is still in power, is to like show people like, hey, like, we really need to not go with fossil fuels still, like,
Interesting.
whatever you believe in, like,
Sure.
but like any type of alternative energy source, like, come on, man. We can't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the earth creates friction, which creates energy that, like, that's a thing. It's not like lightning exists. Like, do you not realize how much energy is in lightning? And
Yeah.
like, I know obviously it's difficult to harness that kind of power, but like,
Right.
like, friction creates energy.
Yeah.
Like, what is the atmosphere doing? It is creating friction constantly. Like,
Yeah.
it's a thing. Like, I mean, you get into the Tesla stuff and whatever, his
Sure.
his
I
free
mean,
energy, and
dude.
who
Oh,
knows?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
but you put that with 21st century technology and minds.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Yeah, man.
Imagine drones that literally just charged and like came down to uncharge and kept things charging in like a perpetual state.
Oh,
Like,
sure.
I just saw about that right now, so Amazon's gonna steal that idea.
Yeah,
but like,
definitely
you're
is.
just charging batteries using the friction of the atmosphere, and bring them down to a battery bank and just charge
Interesting.
things.
Yeah, why can't you at least at the very least, just the kinetic energy that anything creates can, in theory, you can recollect not all of it,
Yeah.
but some of the
We're
power
not looking
that's
for
like,
perpetual
yeah,
motion.
we're not looking
like,
for perpetual.
Like,
yeah.
we're looking for renewable.
Yeah.
And that should exist around us all the way, everywhere.
Yeah.
All the way everywhere. Like, sorry, but like, it's everywhere. Like, I mean, everything comes back to money.
It all does come back to money. The things that get put out are always based on money. Yeah. It is tough, man. Like art and science and engineering, all of it, right? Technology, like, so that's the thing. And this is in the episode that I haven't talked about actually, or haven't posted yet, because that's sort of a scuffed episode with the recording.
Oh, yeah.
But we like spoke about like some of the top artists from like way back in the day, and like a lot of these people are only famous now because there was like a rich and famous like collector who like knew all these rich people and like was the guy where it was like, if he did not choose you and your art, you would never be known.
It's like a patron.
Yeah.
Like, back in the Renaissance.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't have somebody supporting you, you would not be known.
Yeah, you could be the best artist in the world, and if this one person didn't like you, that was it.
Damn.
So, and it's not different than today either, man.
It's not. Like, it really isn't. Like, especially with music.
Yeah,
And,
especially
like,
with music.
Like,
Yeah, acting.
like, you get, dude, I don't even know. Like, I love music. So,
Yeah.
like, it's hard for me to, like, want to demonize it at some point. But, like, there's definitely music that I'm just like, this is not great.
Sure.
But, like, it's everywhere, and I listen to it.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, right? You have industry plants too,
Yeah.
right? You have the consensus reality. You
Yeah.
have artists that big record labels or the government are pushing out in order for you to like feel and be a certain way. I'm sure, right? I don't listen to a lot of country music either, but I'm sure a lot of country music is filled with propaganda.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like,
Yeah, of course.
just like, right? The CIA puts freedom and beer and like girls and money and tractors and makes you want to like, feel like a good old boy. And at the same time, right? Like the CIA is probably fucking pushing out like hip hop artists to make minority groups kill each other.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, why not? Like,
Yeah, why not?
Like, and that's it, and it's unfortunate, and I keep saying it sucks, but like, what you keep people again fighting each other, they're not going to fight the real enemy.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying enemy. They're not going to collectively put their resources together in the right
Yeah, they won't
direction.
organize.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, what is this country founded on?
Yeah, organization of common people. Yeah, to overthrow tyrannical governments.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy that they're trying to stop us from doing the thing that we always did.
Yeah, right. Like, and then with labor unions too. Like, oh yeah, oh
Fuck,
yeah.
dude.
Here we go. How did we?
Yeah.
How do we get that? Oh yeah, because we used to be locked in buildings and then lit on fire. Like, like you know the waistcoat factory.
Yeah,
fire, right. Like,
yeah, man. Fucking they definitely murdered Jimmy Hoffa.
Oh.
Like for sure. Like
start organizing. Here?
yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to be a union leader, but I don't want that.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I don't even know how. Like, because unions are kind of like socially accepted now.
Yeah,
But,
they're
like,
a little more for sure.
at what point? Like,
Yeah.
again, what is the pinnacle of that?
Sure.
Like, is it everybody in a human union? Like, why does that not exist? You know, like.
Yeah, it's a good question.
If we all just stopped, again, like we've talked about, like, if we human unionize, like, why does it have to be electrical workers? Like, can it be the International Brotherhood of Human People? Like
Yeah,
come on.
I mean that's a good point, man, and I think that's I don't know if you could do like international, but you could definitely do national, right? Where it's like we as a people and as a society, it's like we put these systems in place because we use them as these tools to have this organization between ourselves, but it's like these tools that we've had in place for so long have really been bastardized by the people in power and have been changed so much that it's like, you know, if you leave something alone long enough, it's gonna change, right? Where it's like, if you think that like the Constitution as it was written is how it's being upheld today is just, that's incorrect.
Yeah, right. Amendments exist.
Yeah, amendments exist for a reason. And also, you know, it's funny too, because like the most conservative people among us, like, they want to like uphold this original ideal of the Constitution, and it's like they're so conservative to a point that it's like they don't realize that there's amendments, and they don't even want to amend the amendments that made the Constitution worse. They were like, no, like it's been like this way for at least 100 years, so let's keep it. It's like, yeah, but that was bad. Dude, they were that person who made that law was dumb.
There's a few sentences in the English language that send less chills, or there's less sentences that send chills up my spine than like, that's the way we've always done it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Anytime I hear that, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Because like, everything can be improved.
Yeah.
Does it need to be? Not always.
Not always.
But like,
yeah.
it can always be examined and improved upon.
Sure.
Right? Like everything. Like we're just talking about innovation. Like, think about if, you know, again, I'm not saying open source everything, but like, if somebody has a different experience, they're going to have a different idea, and it might be a better idea.
Sure.
But, you know, all the people who wrote the original ideas are dead.
Yeah.
Nobody's feelings are going to get hurt. Like, you have this...
it's okay.
You have this weird allegiance to almost fiction at this point.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
dude.
like,
It's a reality that in basically all aspects does not exist anymore, right? Like, the Constitution, as it was written, had no technology. Zero.
They didn't
Like,
even
they
lights.
they were using candles. They barely had plumbing. Like, you know, like we are talking, I mean, and don't get me wrong, it is an incredible document
Yeah, of
by
course,
obviously very
yeah.
smart people.
Way smarter than me.
Yeah, but like, there are things in there that they didn't think of. And
They couldn't have.
They couldn't have. Their reality wouldn't have let them ever get to a point where they could have imagined that people would be so connected, like instantaneously, like talking through magic boxes, like, right? Like phones weren't even there yet. Like it was just written letters. So.
Like, I feel like you didn't even have pencils. Like, you know, just ink. Like, I don't know. When, dude,
They were just cutting their finger and using blood.
Like when did the pencil get invented?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Like, I've never thought about that.
Yeah,
right? Like, when did
it had to have been
letter
ink.
graphic?
Yeah.
Because like ink, you know, like
Yeah, the ink wells.
Yeah.
They like dipped a feather in ink and did that.
never seen, I don't know, man, pencil.
Pencils.
But like, you know, like you said, they could have no future sight for 300 years in the future.
Definitely not.
Like,
Yeah, neither can we,
That's what I'm
right?
saying,
Like, we'd like to be like, oh, well, 300 years from now, like, the technology will be similar to this. And it's like,
we can only use what we have as perspective.
yeah, it's like we're probably going to be teleporting.
I would like to think we have a little bit more because of like exponential growth.
Yeah.
And like, you know,
Yeah, you can kind of see where things are headed.
yeah, like we have seen, like, again, they were like at what point, and you know, this, I saw this the other day, like, this was like a random thing. I was like, they're like, how much of the Middle Ages do we believe?
Yeah, because most of it wasn't written. Like, hold on, dude,
Like,
that's so
like,
funny.
and I know there's like, I know there's like the lost years, or like
yeah.
how like kings have rewritten things, how like we might be in a different year and so on and so forth. Like,
I've heard that conspiracy
like,
too.
oh,
Like,
yeah,
what year is it
yeah,
actually?
like,
Yeah.
so how much of history have we really lost due to that kind of stuff? Like, just things not being kept,
Sure.
like records not being kept properly. But like, you know, again, this is Western, because like I'm pretty sure China and Japan have had like historical records since their inception.
Oh,
pretty,
yeah.
pretty accurately.
Yeah, the Middle East also has a lot of records
exactly.
for sure.
So
yeah.
like, you know, but.
Yeah, the European history, the Dark Ages.
Yeah, like
Yeah, we're like, oh yeah, the Dark Ages. Meanwhile, people in China are like, what are you talking about? Like,
dude,
we've had libraries this whole time.
you gotta think about it. Like, what is the Middle Ages usually? Like 1100 to like the Renaissance, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's 500 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It is a long time.
And
it's a lot of people, man.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how much of that was just famine and disease?
A lot of it, I think.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, how much of that do we like know? Like, how much of that? Like, and that was what like the thing was like. And I'm like, huh, that's an interesting thing I'd never considered.
Yeah.
But, like 500-year period, it was all disease and famine. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
like,
It would be
all of a sudden it just
yeah.
disappears. Like, we didn't have it was no penicillin yet.
Yeah, no
Like, I
penicillin.
mean, maybe it was like just water cleanliness. Like, it could have
maybe,
been a thing.
yeah.
Like, but
They had a campaign to wash your hands.
yeah, right. Like, but all these other countries, like I mean, again, might be just my historical naivety, but like, I never heard of disease ridden Japan like that, and I know Europeans
Sure, yeah.
are not as cleanly,
Known
or
to be dirty.
Yeah, but or is that just what we're being told?
Yeah, is that the propaganda?
Well, and that's the thing, because like, think about this. Now, this is just my dumb brain thinking. If I was a king in the Middle Ages, what better way to keep people from coming to my country saying there's disease here?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's like everyone's dying. Don't come.
Yeah, no, we actually don't. Yeah, no.
Yeah, if
come
you
here,
invade
you're
us,
going to die.
you're gonna die.
Like, your people are gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
no,
I
you're
don't
right.
know. I mean,
dude,
I don't know. That's just me being real dumb.
Shoot.
But then you see the Paris catacombs, and you're like, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe all
like,
these people did die.
I'm not gonna say that there wasn't periods of it, but like,
Sure. And I mean, that's a good strategy.
well, it's like in my art history class. I'm gonna butcher this. I can't remember the name of it. I want to say it was timpano, but I think that might be a drum. I don't know. But in the Middle Ages, they're walking into churches, right? Around the door frames would be pictures.
Okay.
And they would usually be depicting like bad things.
Oh.
Like devil, and,
Oh,
like,
interesting.
things like that, right?
Okay.
Right? Because most people couldn't read, but they could see
Right,
pictures.
so they need the pictures,
So like, you
yeah.
can see this, and then you get the idea. You're like, oh, okay,
Right, like Satan getting cast out of heaven or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like you're walking in, and you're immediately like, I need to behave.
Oh,
so
sure.
like it's like early form of propaganda through picture. Like, and you're just like, again, the regular person is like, I can't read.
Oh, dude, yeah. Or like you had a priest standing up in front of a crowd, literally just telling you what the book says, and
Yeah.
it's like he could just be telling you anything.
Exactly. They can't read. And how many times, without getting too religious, because like I try not to. Like, I'm not like anti-religion. Or,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I'm anti-religion, but like, I have my own issues with organized religion.
I was gonna say it's the
Like,
organized religion
it's-
part. It's the organization of
It's
like
the weaponization and the organization of something that you're allowing people to have faith, and you're taking advantage of that faith.
Absolutely.
And it's such
Yeah.
such bad taste. Like, I will never be upset with somebody for believing what they believe. Like,
Sure.
I can never, like, it's just not me, right? Like, I will always support somebody in their belief.
Yeah, but if you are taking advantage of someone's
And
beliefs,
that's the thing. You start taking
yeah.
advantage of people. That's where I draw the line, because like,
Yeah.
you know better.
Yeah, man.
Or maybe you don't.
Maybe you don't,
Maybe you're
yeah.
so deep into it, you don't know better, and you believe it, right? Like,
Yeah, maybe you just started it like as a money thing. You know, you're like, this is a business, and I'm gonna just do it as a business. I'm a hustler.
I mean, it's dude. Like, have you ever seen The Righteous Gemstones?
No.
Oh, it's on HBO. It is an absolute fantastic show.
Okay.
It is satirical about mega churches.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, dude, I was thinking there's like that one really famous televangelist, that old dude who has like a private jet, and he's like, the Lord doesn't want me to like be on a jet with all the beasts of the world or whatever. And it's like, bro, like, what are you talking about?
Dude, the show's incredible. I think you would love it. But it's like never once do they mock religion.
Okay.
And that was like kind of like a major point for them. They're like, we don't want to be making fun of religion at all.
Yeah.
We just want to make a caricature of people who are operating like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And it's like, it has Danny McBride in it, John Goodman, Adam Devine.
Oh,
like,
wow.
And it's just like, yeah, they have like jetpacks and monster
Oh,
trucks.
good, yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
You
man,
know,
it's exactly. I mean, it's just too real, though.
Dude,
is the thing.
and
It's like it hits home for real.
and it's sad because poor people are
Yeah.
looking for something to have belief and have a system of faith and a community.
Yes.
Which again, those are like the parts of organized religion that like I am all for, because like what better way to connect with other people is to have a common
Sure.
cause, common belief, like, and help each other.
Yeah,
But
man.
like once somebody starts profiting off the top of that, that's where I
Yeah,
don't
once
want it.
money's
Once
involved,
you start
it gets
manipulating
messy.
people into like propagating whatever, it starts to turn real dark, real
Yeah.
like grifty. And to me, it's a hard sell, because like you're using people's emotions for profit.
Yeah.
And unless that's art, it shouldn't be done. Even then, like,
Yeah,
you know,
even then,
like-
man. Dude, I mean, perfect thing to say, right? Especially because, like, you just look at, like, shows being put out these days where it's like, there's a difference from, like, the shows we grew up with from, like, the late 90s, early 2000s, where, like, you could tell that the writers were writing for people over profit.
Yeah.
Where, like, nowadays, like, the Netflixification of everything, and it's like, you know, they've definitely put people to the side, and like most of the projects that are coming out are definitely profit first. And like you could even just see it in like the way that things are written, where it's like most shows on Netflix are like written where they like expect you to not be fully like paying attention to the show, where they like expect you to like watch. So they'll like, there'll be specific dialogue written, like, so there will be certain points within a show that will make you look up, because they'll be like, oh my god, look at the big thing that they're fighting.
That's crazy.
Right? So rather than just letting it play out, they're just like stating the obvious like while it's happening.
I've noticed, like, I don't really watch movies or TV much anymore, but like that was one thing I did notice. I'm like, everything has to be told to me. I don't want to be told everything. I want to
Yes,
see
dude.
it. I want to watch it happen. And like I was reading this article a few days ago that Netflix is having issues with shows being more than one season. I'm like, oh, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's because exactly that. You're putting profit over product.
Yeah.
Like, and that's so wrong. Like, I have no issues spending money on things.
Sure.
Right? As long as I feel like it's earned its value, fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. I will pay
Was
for
it worth
I
it?
don't care. Right? It's like going to get good food. Like, I have
Oh,
no
sure.
problem paying a certain amount of money for a delicious meal, but like, if I'm paying a certain amount of money and the meal is not good,
Sure.
I'm gonna be a little upset.
Or
you know,
like the fact that pizza shops are charging like $40 for a large pizza
Yeah,
these days.
exactly.
Absurd.
Yeah, like it's things like that where it's like I have no problem spending the money, right? Like, as much as I don't have money and I would love more money,
Yeah.
please money me. Like,
Please money me.
like, you have to have the product,
Yeah.
right? Like, and you know, whatever, capitalism, but like, again, products can be great. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Inherently, nothing is evil about a product or somebody wanting to sell something.
Sure.
There's nothing wrong with that. But when your main focus is profit off of it, it loses everything it's supposed to be.
Yeah, there's
Especially when it comes to things in art and craft.
Yeah, man.
And, you know, it's hard.
Yeah, like you can see it, maybe not as much at least not for an untrained person. I think it'd be harder to see like the difference between like an actual like painted piece of art, like whether it was made for profit versus people. But like, you could tell with music for
Oh
sure.
my god, dude! Yeah,
Like it's easy to tell in music.
it really, really, really,
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's a shame, you know. There's a lot of like, just for as an example, a lot of like more recent Snoop Dogg albums are all like the names of the album are like NFT album or like crypto album, and it's like, dude, like, why are you trying to be like this NFT rapper? Like, this thing is so it's weird, it's bad,
it's
like it's a long fall from Doggy Style, you
and
know.
it kind of goes back to like the whole like Rick Rubin, the Creative Way, I think it was called, the audiobook.
Yeah.
And he talks about how like artists have struggled historically with writing good music later in their career. Like because they're like they have this expectation, right?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of when their early work was, I listened to this like a couple years ago, so I could be butchering it, but like he's like some of the greatest albums that he's produced, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Metallica,
Oh,
like
sure.
like he's a very famous producer, and people will be like, oh well, what does he do? He doesn't do anything. He's just like literally like an ideas guy. Like
Wow.
he's just like kind of like a philosopher that like like gets people to make music, and it's kind of
Whoa.
weird. It's weird. Like he doesn't have any skills really. But he's not like this killer musician or like
Yeah.
mixer, but he's just like somebody who could pull the thing out of these people. And that was interesting to me. And I'm just like, damn, this is really like valuable, because like anybody can learn an instrument. Like,
Yeah.
it takes time and dedication. Not everybody can learn to pull creativity out of people.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is, to me, is exponentially harder. Like, but he was saying how some of these early albums, they look back and like, oh, how do we capture that again? And he's like, you just need to realize that it was a journal and a snapshot of you at that moment,
Yeah.
and you need to do that now. So like, with the NFT album or
Yeah,
like,
right.
is that's what he was doing then at that point? But like, it feels chintzy because like there's no substance to it.
No,
Like there's
yeah.
no like, there's no gravitas. Like there's nothing pulling it to the reality, like like we talked about before, like the physical sensation that you could put with
Yeah.
music. Like
Oh
that
yeah,
music
dude.
can
People
give
can't
you.
relate to that.
Exactly,
Like
like-
it is more abstract, right? The idea of NFTs and like not being a physical thing
Yeah.
just in itself is like, people don't get that, but people do get, right? Like you being a G, like going to parties and being a
like,
dog.
Yeah,
like,
you think you get empowered, like
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit, I want to be that. Like,
Yeah.
that sounds fun. Like it sounds like he's having a good time, or like heartbreak, or
Oh, yeah.
like even fantasy. Like one of my favorite vocalists and songwriters is Ronnie James Dio.
Okay.
And he writes a lot about like fantasy and like dragons and like things like that, right?
Sure.
And one of my favorite songs that he has is called Stargazer, right? And it's basically about this wizard who has his people building a tower, right?
Okay.
And the tower is made out of stone, but it contains their flesh and bone of the people building the tower.
Oh, yeah.
For this like mythical this wizard who's kind of like misleading people, right? And the people who are building it pay with their lives. So now
nice.
like it's a tower of stone with flesh and bone, and like to me, that I was like, oh shit, that always spoke to me, because like you're not like, this was a story about giving into a false idol.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
having false belief in something because they had a vision.
Yeah.
right? Like it was their idea, and now everybody else is paying the price for them. So like that always kind of just hit me, and I don't. It was maybe that's kind of like what I was saying. Like if I don't believe in something, I can't do it. I cannot get behind it. Like I cannot force myself to do something that I don't believe in, and it's to my own detriment sometimes. But
Sure.
like, I can't build the tower of stone with my flesh and bone for somebody
Yeah.
else. Like, and it sucks going to a job every day where I'm doing that basically. Like, and I'm sure so many people feel that way.
Definitely.
But it's like that hit me deep the first time I
Damn,
heard it.
man. Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Okay.
This is also another lyric, different song. Don't dream of women because they'll always bring you down.
Is that the same guy?
Same guy.
Oh, hilarious!
It's
All right.
incredible lyrics.
You should definitely send me these songs, man.
Okay, yeah,
That sounds
I
super
will.
interesting.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
What genre is it?
It is old. He started in the 50s singing
Okay.
like doo-wop.
Wow.
And all the way up until 2015 when, he was singing for Black Sabbath, and it's like he's probably, in my opinion, has one of the top 3 greatest voices of all time.
Insane.
Yeah, it's very, very, very impressive. I saw him once in 2009 and it was the highlight of my life to this day.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's incredible, dude. That's a living legend.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
the dude was like 7 or 6. I think he was 67 when he died of stomach cancer. But like,
Still,
he was
I mean,
singing to the day he died.
yeah, you
2010,
got him,
2010,
dude.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was say it sounds like a little bit of like prog rock, you know?
It definitely is. It's like early, like some of the band that sings Stargaze was called Rainbow.
Okay.
And it had what's his name? Oh, the guitarist of Deep Purple. Oh my God, Richie Blackmore. So like, it's a little proggy. It's a little classic rocky, but it's like it's heavy in substance. Like that's the thing. As somebody who listens to a lot of heavy music, heavy doesn't mean loud or angry or like fast.
Yeah.
Heavy is a concept, an idea.
Yeah.
Like, things could be very heavy but not sound heavy. Like, there's
definitely.
to me, like, there's like do you know what gent is? It's like, it's a form of metal, right? It's like it's really heavy, really like jun.
Sure.
Like it the genre was named gent after the sound of just hitting
that's
open
so
chords,
funny.
right?
Yeah.
And so people are like, "Oh, it's so heavy," and I'm like, "It's loud, it's angry, and it's not heavy." Like, in my mind, like there are some songs by Queen that are incredibly heavy.
Oh,
but like,
sure.
They're
Yeah, no, I get what you
theatrical,
mean.
and it's like that is like the song "The Show Must Go On" is a heavy song, and it's like, to me that's heavy, right? Like,
Sure.
Like,
Fuck, dude. This isn't the time of the season, but this just popped in my head. You know the song "Christmas Shoes"?
no, I don't.
Oh fuck, man!
No.
"Christmas Shoes" is fucked up,
Oh, yeah?
dude. It like the whole song is literally about like this little kid who's like going into a shoe store who doesn't have any money, and he's like begging this woman at the store to just give him a pair of shoes because his mom is dying in the hospital on Christmas Eve. It is a sad song.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, music. I don't know, man. Music is one of my favorite things. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people could say that as well.
Yeah, music's fantastic.
It is, and and again, it's one of those things. Like, when I realized I was listening to one genre of music, I was like, I got disappointed because I'm like, oh, well,
Yeah, there's
I
so much
wanna,
good shit out there.
I want to like experience other feelings. Like, growing up, I listened to a lot of like rock and metal.
Yeah, it's
And,
like classic rock.
Yeah, like I got into metal at a really young age. Like, I remember, and I say metal loosely, like old school metal, like Black Sabbath, like original,
Sure.
like And I remember I was like in 4th or 5th grade, and we had like a library field trip, right? And it was a cassette tape, and I'm like, oh, it was Paranoid. I'm like, that looks cool, and it's got like the Riot Cop, like with the Billy Club, like like 4 versions of him, right? Like it looks like he's moving, and I'm like, oh, that looks so cool. And I remember listening to it, I'm like, what is this? This is great. And after a while, I was like, oh man, I kind of like that. Right? I like how it was a little aggressive. Like, I loved the guitar of like classic rock and everything, but there was always missing something. It was too superficial, right? Like, like growing up listening to like Van Halen and stuff, like the stuff my parents listened to.
Oh,
like,
sure.
It was
Jump.
yeah, like it was superficial, glam rock. Right?
Yeah, it was glam rock.
Like, there wasn't
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, there was no like. I mean, Bruce Springsteen has some good stuff, but like there was never any like substance You know, like
Yeah.
from in my perspective, like the things that was on the radio were never really like hit me.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
No, I get
and
that.
then
Radio music is terrible.
yeah, and then I started, I remember this one day in 2002. This is where I fell in love with Ryan James Dio. My dad had just got a new truck, or a new radio. We get like Sirius radio, right? And we were like, all right, we're gonna go test it out. And there's, a radio station called Boneyard. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, that sounds cool. Let me put that on.
Yeah, Boneyard.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
or no, it might have been Buzzsaw. It was called
Oh,
Buzzsaw.
no,
yeah,
yeah.
right. And I'm like even
97.3
yeah, like and
Buzzsaw.
as whatever I was, like a 10-year-old, 9-year-old, I'm like, oh hell yeah, Buzzsaw. That sounds so cool.
That's the coolest thing ever.
It was like I remember going through. It was like classic vinyl, classic rewind, Buzzsaw. I'm like,
Nice.
oh, we're gonna listen
Like,
to this
obviously
one.
that
yeah,
one, yeah.
and then this song came on, and it was this eerie opening, and I'm like, oh, is something playing? And then I hear this this build up, right? And it was Dio, Ryan James Dio.
Okay.
And it's a song called Holy Diver, and it's a super famous song, and I heard it for the first time, and it's a 9/11 moment for me, because I remember exactly where I was, what I was doing,
Wow.
like where I was going to do,
Yeah.
and ever since then I'm like, oh my god, like music can
Yeah,
move.
change your reality.
yeah, it
like
really
in an
can.
instant. Yeah.
And again, this is the song. There's a lot of. It's kind of like a meme, because everyone's like, oh, what is a holy diver?
Okay.
Basically he talks about like it's like a Christ figure, like, and then another thing, like, don't believe in false prophets, don't believe in like false gods, kind of deal. And it's fun to look back like now and see that 20 years earlier in Rainbow, or 10 years earlier, 15 years earlier, he was singing about the same thing, just in in a different way. But like the song Holy Diver is like, it is, to me, it is probably I don't want to say my favorite song, but it's like my most influential song. Because if I had never heard that, I would have never listened to like any other type of metal. Like I would have listened to some Black
interesting.
Sabbath, but like, and I'm sure naturally I would have gotten there, but like hearing that specific song, because I remember listening to the Paranoid album, and like I was like, oh, this sounds cool, but and I'm like, oh, it makes me feel a thing. Like I hear like there's like emotion in this, but this song was like interesting because I didn't understand it, but I felt it. Like there was something about it that was like, there's something to this, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't superficial. It wasn't straight in your face. Like, I'm trying to think of some of the lyrics in it. Like, I don't know, whatever.
That's all right.
No, I mean, I know all the songs verbatim, but like, I'm trying to think which lyrics would work right now. Like, and you're just like, ride the tiger, you can see his stripes, but you know he's clean. Oh, don't you see what I mean? And I'm like, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know
I
what you
really
mean,
don't.
yeah.
But like, okay, well then you break it down, like a tiger stripe, but you see the tiger is clean. Like, does that mean he's not done any violence? Like, I don't know. Like,
Is he just cool?
yeah, like exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so that as a kid, I was like, what does that mean?
Sure.
Like, even as an adult, what does that mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's very poetic, for
and,
sure.
and it is, and it's like, I'll never understand, even though he's given explanations in interviews,
yeah.
and I'm just like, huh, that's really it's fascinating. Again, going back to like lyric writing, like what possessed him to write that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
it
dude,
sounds good,
yeah.
but like.
Yeah.
Also the
It's the
ambiguity.
muse.
Yeah, it's the oh, what does it mean? And like I love things that make me really have to think about what it means.
Yeah.
Right? Like it just adds, it's a part of music that I think a lot of people skip. You know,
sure.
like, because like you could listen to sad.
Actually, dude, yeah, I mean, you just remind me of another song. There's this older song that it hasn't come on recently, but it's been coming on a lot at work, called Lucky Man. I'll have to send it to
Emerson,
you.
Lake and Palmer. I know
Dude,
that
yeah.
song. That's a great song. That's a great song.
Lucky
Dude.
Man. Yeah. Oh man, I mean, I didn't even realize it until I looked at the lyrics. I was like, whoa.
Dude, that's a good song.
Yeah, I was shocked, man. I was shocked at how sad that song actually was.
And that's the thing, man. Like, you could write the saddest shit
Yeah.
and make it sound happy.
It sounded so nice.
Right? Like,
yeah.
like, and that's like the power of storytelling in music. And like, and personally, that's why I love like just that genre. I'm just gonna put all that music as one, like rock, metal, like storytelling music. And I'm not saying like rap and hip hop aren't storytelling. It's just
plenty
it's
of storytelling.
Dude, I love hip hop. Like it's
Regulators.
yeah,
great,
it's easily,
great for storytelling.
Easily my second favorite genre, right? And
the Good Day by Ice Cube. That's a great story.
Song. Yeah, there's plenty of it, but it doesn't always make me think. Because again, it's a little straightforward, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a different method of storytelling.
Yeah.
Right. Like it doesn't make me like have to decipher things. Right. Like how much? I mean, I love listening. Lil Wayne, dude. I love Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
But like some of his lines, I'm just like, dude, that's just some ignorant shit, and I love it. Like, and it just works. It's fun. It's funny. It's a little like tongue in cheek. It's poking fun at people, and like, and it's just a different method. It's a different way, like, to get me to like something. But sometimes, dude, like, I think that's what hit me so deep listening to it early. Like, actually, let me rephrase a little bit. I grew up listening to a lot of Eminem. Like that was like I wanted to be Slim Shady so bad when I was a kid, dude.
Funny.
Like it was so bad, and yeah, 50 Cent, Eminem, Lil Wayne, like you know that was I listened to that almost more than like classic rock, to be honest.
Sure.
But like classic rock and like metal were the things that really got me, I guess, into music.
Okay.
Like because again, hip hop was to me was just like expression, and it was like, oh, this is fun and it sounds fun.
Yeah.
It didn't hit me until like I said, when I listened to Black Sabbath, I'm like, oh, music can make me feel a thing.
Sure.
You know, like it's not just like energy. Like it can make me feel things too.
Yeah. Yeah, I like I mean there's definitely a few pieces of music that I think of. But I should say a huge shout out for Dark Side of the Moon, man.
Oh, come on, dude. That's one of the...
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I personally, as somebody who has listened to Pink Floyd ad nauseum, my favorite Pink Floyd album is Animals.
Okay.
And because it speaks, has a big message. Like, and I love The Wall. The Wall.
Yeah.
So Dark Side is, I think, my third favorite album.
Okay.
Which a lot of people would be like, oh, you're wrong. I'm like, okay. Animals, if you've never listened to it.
I've definitely listened to The Wall and Dark Side fully. I don't know if I've listened to Animals fully through.
Okay, so there's 5 songs.
Yeah.
2 of which are opener and closer.
Okay.
Right? So there's really 3 songs. You have dogs, pigs, and sheep.
I think I've heard Pigs.
Okay, Pigs is probably the most popular one because it's only 12 minutes as opposed to 15 and 17 minutes. So like, you know, but I think Pigs is the best song on that album. For me, it goes pigs, dogs, and then sheep.
Okay.
But like, it's describing the types of people. And like, again, hearing that for the first time, I'm like, why are they fucking singing about animals?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, oh. And then I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
oh.
like, you know, you start listening to it again and you read the lyrics, and incredible. Absolutely incredible. The Wall, I've listened, that might be one of my most listened to albums of all time.
Yeah. Also super cool movie.
It is. Great movie. I think for me though, The Wall, I listened to it when I was underway in the Coast Guard. It was like one of the few albums that I had like full on my iPod.
Nice.
So like I would fall asleep listening to that pretty much every night, dude.
Wow.
So like I have listened, dude. I love that album. That album
You
is...
wake up to Time like fuck.
No, dude, I would wake up to what is it? Toys? No. I can't remember the name of it, dude. It's like the third to last song.
I don't know, man.
And it's like, what is the name of it, dude? I don't know. But I remember I wake up all the time to that, like, because it was like stop. And then,
okay.
Yeah, but Dark Side is it has to be 3 for me.
Yeah.
Sadly.
You mean just for like Pink Floyd?
Oh yeah.
Not overall. Like
no, overall. And then the final cut. And then, I mean, I like Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think like most people, they're their first like intro to psychedelic.
Yeah,
music,
that
I
is their
guess.
first
Or
intro
the
to psych rock
Beatles,
for
like,
sure.
yeah,
Or
but-
the Beatles, yeah. Pink Floyd's definitely heavier though.
Oh my god, dude.
Like
Pink Floyd has
Beatles
some
is
heavy
like
songs. So I mean, the Beatles do too, but like Pink Floyd is
Yeah.
like, dude, they really make you question
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, dude.
And I know Roger Waters has his controversies and whatever, but I listen to him. Like, I've listened to the Joe Rogan podcast like 3 times in my life, maybe.
Sure.
And his was one of them.
Yeah,
Because
that makes sense.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he said something that I lived by now to this day because I heard him say that. I'm like, oh my god, this is like, this is like important.
Yeah.
And he was like, it took me a long time to be vulnerable with my crowd.
Oh.
Like, and to be open with them to who I really was.
Oh man.
And
yeah,
he's
that's
like,
good.
ever since then, they were able to receive me, and I was able to receive them better. And so, like, he's like, you just need to be vulnerable in your life. And so, like,
Shit.
to this day, like this,
Yeah.
like, I mentioned it so many times, like, but being vulnerable is so important because,
Sure.
like, how are you supposed to connect with somebody if you have walls up?
That's true.
And like, until your walls come down, theirs will stay up.
Fuck, dude.
And you know, back to the wall, but like,
Yeah.
it's
The
so
wall.
true. Dude. It's so true.
Yeah.
That like, if you're not open,
Yeah, man.
people aren't gonna be open with you.
I agree.
And it's gonna be hard to talk to them.
Dude, I mean, to be honest, I mean, this is a little off topic, but like, it just reminds me, like, the other day when I was like going through this interview process, like, I went into like this first like interview where I was like, I'm just gonna be like myself and more open and like not try to like, you know, be this qualified like person
Yeah.
and like try to like just show off my pedigree, and it worked like way better.
Dude, because people, again, you gotta remember, people are people.
Yeah.
People ultimately want people that they like being around.
Yeah,
You
like
know-
you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You just have to be likable.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, like, it kind of sucks because a lot of people don't see it as that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, why did they get the promotion? Well, because they're easier to talk to.
Yeah.
Like, you might be smarter than them, you might have better ideas, but they're a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah.
And, like, and unfortunately, that's the reality of it. Like,
Yeah, it's tough, dude.
It
It's
is,
crazy.
man.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not a meritocracy
No.
as much as like, right? Society might be a little better if it was.
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it also, I just find that like a lot of people, and it goes back to even like the jack of all trades thing, where it's like, when you are a highly qualified person and like spend your entire life studying, get a PhD, and like go on like a very specified track, like you lose out on a lot of other skills that you probably should have been training and working on where you just haven't, right? So all your soft skills, like
True.
just being able to talk to someone in general. Like a lot of people who are in higher education, unfortunately, can't talk to people that well.
And you gotta think about it. Like, again, this goes back to just like how experience molds people. Like, you gotta think, as a kid, they probably found comfort in studying and reading and learning and
yeah.
not being social, right? So like, why would that change?
Yeah, why
you know,
would that
like
change?
why would you change? If you found something that makes you comfortable, makes you feel good, makes you successful, why would you stop that?
Yeah.
Like, and I think, you know, I'm not like, to make it about me, because I love doing that. We all do.
please.
Like, I think for me, I tried to do that for a while. Like, I tried to just be like, I'm not going to be social. I'm just going to learn things, and it drove me crazy. Like, and it took me, you know, a long time to remember that I'm a social person.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I had to do a lot of work
like,
with that as well.
it's hard. Like, you know, and I was dating somebody at the time who wasn't really a social person. So like,
Oh, easy to get in the comfort of just not being
yeah,
social
and it was a
again.
long relationship
yeah.
too. It was 8 years, so like it was a long
wow.
time. And you know, she wasn't not social, but
Yeah.
like
Still an
not
introvert,
like,
yeah.
not as social as I am. And like, you know, I'm not even like as social as there are people. Like, some
Sure.
people are so, and I'm just
know,
like,
yeah.
dude, I'm just like, I can talk to people I'm comfortable around. Like, otherwise, I just kind of mind my own business.
Sure. Dude, I mean, I can't even imagine being the type of person where it's like, you'll just be like standing in a crowd, like in a busy street, and just like spark up a conversation with the person standing next to you. It's like, what the fuck?
I've been trying to do that.
Wow,
Like,
okay.
It's hard, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so strange.
It's weird, but like, I've also realized there was something, I don't remember what it was, dude. I like, sometimes I come across like random YouTube videos and I'm just like, I want to click that.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, it's kind of like almost like the bystander effect, but it's like people want to have fun, right? People want somebody to start the conversation about anything.
Oh, sure.
So like, all it takes is that. It's like I'm sure you've like seen it and heard about it, but like people at like a club or dancing and there's nobody dancing and one person goes and two people and then everybody's
Yes.
going.
Yeah,
So
dude.
it's like,
Yeah, man. There's the famous clip of the concert,
Yeah.
right? The outdoor concert
Yeah.
with that one dude, and then everyone outdoors like it's like, damn.
But it's the same thing with talking to people. I've learned like people. Most of the, I mean, I'm not gonna say all the time because not everybody likes to talk, but sometimes, most of the time, people like.
Yeah, they're simply looking for connection.
They are, and that, you know,
Yeah.
if somebody's at a coffee shop, dude, like, they're not there just to read. You know, as much as like, oh, I'm here to read. They're there to read and meet people who are also reading.
Yeah, they want you to
Like,
compliment them on
exactly.
their fucking watch.
Like,
Yeah.
no, but you're not. You're joking, but like,
Yeah.
you're not. Like, people love that. Like, so if you give a little bit of praise, like, not even in a creepy way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I like your shoes. Like, okay. now
Yeah,
you
looking
just-
sharp, bro.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, I can't tell you how many times like I've just done that to people. Like in
Wow.
the past, like, maybe like 6 months to a year. Like I've just complimented people because like if I got a compliment like that, dude, on nothing,
Oh,
it would have
man.
like there was this. So I was this was what maybe in the spring. I was running at one of the tracks at the high school, right? And it was like a Sunday evening.
Okay.
And it was, you know, it was kind of warm out, and I was running around, and this dude kept kicking, like, there was like maybe a group of like 6 or 7, like between like 10 and like 25, 30 year olds, and they were playing soccer on the field, right? And I was running around, and like the ball would get kicked by, and like I kicked it back, right? And they're like, thanks. And it
Yeah.
happened again, and it kicked it back again. And the third time, like, it rolled way far away, and I fucking blasted it, right?
Nice.
And they're like, whoa, you want to play? I'm like,
Nice.
sure.
Yeah,
Like,
why
I
not?
don't play soccer. Like,
Yeah.
and dude, it was like a great feeling. Like, I
Awesome.
play pick up soccer with this, like, family of
Yeah.
dudes and, like, their friends, and it was just a great time.
Amazing.
And, like, you know, I could have been a dick and just not got the ball.
Sure.
You know? And,
Yeah.
like, and last summer, again, also at the track, there was this kid, it was getting dark out by himself, and him and his girlfriend, right? And he had like you know what a jugs machine is? It like spits footballs, like
Oh,
the
sure.
tire thing.
Yeah.
And he was just out there in the dark. Like, and I was, and
Oh, Jesus.
Like, and I got there at probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and it was like 8:30.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I think it was like in July, so like sun was going down. It was still light enough out. And I'm like, dude, this guy's been here for 2 hours.
Damn.
Literally with his girlfriend is putting footballs in the thing, right?
Holy shit.
I'm like, dude, keep it up.
Yeah.
Like, and he had a huge smile on his face, bro. He was like, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, dude, sometimes people just need that.
It's
You have
true.
no idea what that could have done. I have no idea what that guy's doing. I
Yeah,
have no
man.
idea where he is.
That dude's
now.
in the NFL now.
Exactly. Like,
That man was Tom Brady.
yeah, right? But like, you gotta think. It's little things like that if somebody gave me a compliment the other day, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even remember what it was now. But like, it was such a little thing, and I'm like, dude, you have no idea how much that meant to me.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just like, awesome, cool, that's great. Like, and I'm just like, oh, dude, it was. Yeah, it was at work, and somebody's like, "Hey, I saw you running the other day. You're way too jacked." And I'm like, "Thanks, bro, but I'm not." Like, you know, like, I'm just like, but like, that's such a good compliment.
That's
Like,
so
and
funny.
I'm just like,
You're way
I'm
too
like-
jacked to be running.
Like, and I'm like, bro, I'm first off, like, I'm, you know, humble, like, relax, don't feed my ego. I'm not like that. But like,
Oh, man.
you know, it was one of those little things, and I'm just like, damn, dude, that felt good.
Yeah.
It felt good to be noticed. So like, I couldn't imagine just a random stranger. This is a person I know. So like, you know, a random stranger sometimes is giving you words of encouragement. Like, remember that, forgetting or remembering that people are humans. Like, everybody has the same wants and needs as you. Just gotta understand it.
yeah, we just go about it a different way.
Yeah, because we've been conditioned to be so
Yeah.
individualistic, which is
Sure.
not always a bad thing. Be your individual, but like,
Yeah.
people are social people. Like,
That's
not
true.
not everybody, but like people who want to be social will be in public.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
and,
true.
You know, and if they don't want to be social, they'll let you know, and you'll be able to tell.
Yeah, you can
know?
tell.
So, like, yeah, exactly. So like, you know, if somebody, you know, I found it easier and easier the more and more I look at it that way, that everybody is looking for the same things, more or less.
Sure.
Connection.
Yeah.
To be able to be open with people. Maybe I'll get burned, but whatever. That's how I learn.
Yeah, I mean, that does happen, right? Again, right? Not every conversation is going to end well.
Exactly.
And you can only get to the point where they do end well more often by going out and talking to people. Like, you'll never get there if you don't do it, right?
Exactly.
Like, you'll just always be uncomfortable and always have anxiety and never be able to talk to anyone. I mean, look, I definitely would say it's good to have some sort of public facing job. It's probably at the benefit of everyone to do some sort of customer service work.
That's some
Yeah.
for sure.
Just like you need to be able to like just get reps in to practice like quick conversation,
That's
like
the thing.
top of head stuff. Like you need to be able to like get to a point where it's like these people need you to answer them and you might not have the answer, but you need to respond.
Yeah.
Like
And I know a lot of people have like social anxiety, but and again, I also used to struggle with social anxiety. And I think a lot of people do, but like, it lives in your head.
yeah, it lives in
You
your
know,
head.
it really does. Unless you have like some act, like I'm not trying to be a doctor or whatever diagnosis. I probably
Sure.
sound so ignorant right now, but like, a lot of it lives in your head. You know, at least for me, it did.
Sure.
So like, the more and more I got out of my head in social situations, it was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is fun.
Like, dude.
People like talking. People
Yeah,
like having a
people
good
like it.
time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, even like I would say the spiritual teachers would argue that like, or I would say most spiritual teachings in general would argue that like your mental health is like a precursor of like physical health. You know, where it's like your mental state and that anxiety and paranoia that you feel, which they would argue that most people, even those who have like mental disease and stuff, where it's like if you can like master your breath and really like control your environment, like those like let's say your level 1 anxiety, discomfort, like those are your initial symptoms of like getting into this negative space where like you're not fully present in the world, and like you left long enough, right, it starts to become more serious like mental diseases where like you start to get like your schizophrenia and like your bipolar or like different personalities and stuff start to pop up, and like it's like this idea that it's like the further and further you get away from like your divinity and your presentness and like your in touchness with the universe, like that all starts to manifest negatively first within your head,
Yeah.
and then like eventually it becomes like serious disease,
Yeah.
like where like it will kill you, you'll get cancers, like you'll like other things will start to happen if like you're not like taking account of like your interpersonal state and like just keeping that
Giving the
you know,
chills.
yeah.
Because like, and it's crazy to think like if you get like spiritual and metaphysical or whatever, like you could view that the other way too. Like
Sure.
like you get so positive in your head that people manifest good things,
Yes.
right? Like
The opposite is true. Yeah.
like if one exists, the other must be true.
Yeah,
right? Like
the other must be true.
In our reality, like that's typically the case. Like
Yeah.
there's something to balance it out, right? And like I used to go to cognitive behavioral therapy for a while in my early 20s, and I was naive to like negative neural pathways.
Okay.
I had no idea that was like a thing.
Yeah.
Like you don't get taught that in school. Like,
No, they should.
yeah,
for
exactly.
Sure.
So like
yeah.
I got really like, and I catch myself still to this day, but I think that's part of why I'm like so self-aware, because like therapy kind of helped me get that way, right?
Yeah.
And I was always such a negative thinker, like,
yeah.
and I'm just like, man, this sucks. So I tried to go and I kind of, I don't want to say I completely retrained my brain, but like I became aware of like the power of a positive outlook on things.
Yeah.
Like I would just destroy myself and be like, oh well, why didn't this work out? Why is this not working? Why why do I hate myself? Like all this stuff, and it's like,
Yeah.
and I felt like shit.
Definitely.
Like, and after a while, I'm like, oh, maybe she's right. Maybe the therapist was right. And like, I started putting some of the things, like she's like, all right, I don't even remember the specific things we
Right.
talked about, but like I started in like using them, and and trying to make sure that it was a consistent effort. And, you know, I've definitely dealt with like anxiety and depression again, like in the past 10, 12 years of doing it since I've done it. But like, it is leaps and bounds where I'm like, okay, we know what's happening. We're not going to spiral. We're not going to we're not going to develop these negative thoughts and habits.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're going to have a positive outlook, and, you know, we're going to find something that, that stimulates like good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's very smart. I think your therapist was right on the money for sure.
I can't remember. She used to yell at me a lot, and I liked it. Like, it was like I was like, oh, I need that. I was like, thank you, I needed that.
I don't know if that's a board certified technique, but that's okay.
Hey, it worked.
It worked. Oh man, yeah. I think there would be. I don't know if you've read this book. I think you'd really like it actually. It's called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg.
No, I've not heard of it.
It's pretty good. There are like pages of citations at the end of the book as far as like the research he did to just really show off the fact that it's like habit is such an ingrained thing within us, and it is something that is actually trainable. Like where any person at any point in time can start to, and don't get me wrong, easier said than done.
Oh, of course,
way easier said than done.
Absolutely, yeah.
But like you can start implementing things to like change your routine, and like right, there's like a big thing in this book is like talking about people who are like in AA and like smoke cigarettes and stuff, where it's like, you know, that cigarette habit that you have that you like do every day is often associated with like something else and not specifically like the cigarette.
Exactly, yeah.
So like it's like the same thing where it's like, you know, there will be people who every day at work, like they need to go get a snack at like 2:15 after lunch, and you like go to the vending machine and stuff. It's like, even though they're not supposed to, and they need to like be on a diet and save money and whatever, and it's like the idea being in that like specific instance, it's like your habits have been created because maybe like, you know, after lunch you kind of get bored, and then like you walk over to like your coworker and have a conversation with them, and every time you have a conversation with them, then you go get the cookies. So the trigger is actually the conversation with your coworker,
yeah.
And then like you're like, okay, now it's time for my cookie. So like it's like recognizing these different triggers and like being able to sort of disrupt that. And also there's like this instance within the book where he was talking about this guy who was able to maintain his habits, but he had like suffered some sort of brain injury that like caused him to not have any memory. But like his habits, his daily habits, and like being able to like walk around the block like he usually did were just unaffected. So
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, like habits are powerful. Like you don't even need an active brain.
Honestly, dude, it is. Well, like,
Yeah.
So there was this one thing, and this was about like habits that I remember hearing about like a bunch of years ago. It was called Shark Habits.
Okay.
Right, and it was about eating.
Yeah.
Right? Because like I like most people struggled with like healthy eating and maintaining whatever, but the basic idea was just eat the same thing every day, eat the same meal the same time every day, right?
Okay.
And you're removing that thought process that you have to make.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh, what am I going to eat for lunch? So every day for lunch, I know what I'm going to eat already. And I've pretty much eaten the same thing every day for lunch. I don't even know.
Wow.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
for however long. Like, I change it up from time to time, but like, for the past 2 months, every work day, more than that, the past 4 months, every work day,
Sure.
I will eat ground turkey, sweet potato, or rice.
Oh, wow.
Like, so I don't have to think about it. Like,
Yeah.
I know, like, people are like, oh, meal prep your meals, which I do. Like,
Yeah.
I just meal prep, like, enough turkey and sweet potato or rice
Sure.
for the week. And I just eat it at lunch every day. I don't have to think
Insane.
about it. And you know, I save money. Like, I've lost weight, but, like, it's just easy. It's one thing off of my plate that I'm not having to, like, think about.
Sure.
You know, like, you know, I mean, I do it with dinner too sometimes, but like, it is very mentally challenging to eat the same thing
I was gonna say
every day.
Yeah.
Luckily, like, you know, you could change the flavor easily.
Yeah,
but
add some
like,
spices.
but it is one thing. Like, in it, you know, especially at work. Like, the last thing I want to do is try to figure out what I'm gonna eat for lunch at work. So like, it's just easy to do that.
Sure.
and I enjoy it. So it used to be a tuna packet.
Oof.
Oh yeah, people.
Yeah,
really geek
people
for
at
that.
work loved you.
Yeah, they did. They loved it.
Like, great, we smell fish all the time,
Yeah,
but
right,
in the
yeah.
break room too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, no,
delicious.
it doesn't smell. Does not smell.
Yeah, turkey's a little better, man. That's so good, man. I think I don't know. This is all consensus reality.
Yeah,
I
sure.
suppose.
Yeah. We could throw it back into that.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit. I mean, sprinkled throughout.
Yeah, it's been that was sort of the overarching theme, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I feel like we have some reoccurring things we
Yeah.
keep getting back to, but I think it's just because it's important stuff,
Yeah, it's
right?
important.
Like it's things like that don't have answers, that deserve conversation, that people are afraid to talk about, or paid to not talk about. I guess, right? Like I don't know, man. Like
Yeah, we'll never know. It's the only reason my channel hasn't been picked up is because the algorithm and the powers that be don't want it to be,
Exactly,
because they know this is life-changing stuff.
what are we to do?
Yeah, what are we gonna do, Sam?
I don't know.
Neither do I. I think that's probably good though, right?
Yeah,
I don't know what
think so.
time it is.
I don't either.
It's been a long time.
Oh shit! It's 9:20.
Oh yeah, we've been filming for like
Hell
3
yeah.
hours. So I think that's probably a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah, awesome, dude. That was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you on.
Absolutely, dude. I love it.
Obviously, it's great. I'm glad. And I guess I should say, because I've wanted to say it too. I'm glad you find value coming here.
I love it, dude. It's
because I know you wouldn't if you didn't see it.
I actually, when I texted you, dude, I was in a dark spot.
Wow.
Like, I'm not even joking.
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, dude, you know what I can go for right now? A
Yeah.
fucking 2-hour podcast.
Oh, dude, I really appreciate that.
So I was like, I know you would appreciate it, and
Yeah.
I was like, I would appreciate it, and so definitely was like, I'm glad I reached out. And
Yeah, man, same.
I will again.
Please, yeah, we got to do this soon.
Yeah.
I probably would have hit you up like a week after you hit me up because I was thinking about
Perfect.
it, but I'm glad you did, man.
Yeah.
It really means a lot.
Awesome, dude. Well, definitely have to figure out some more things to talk about next time that
Yeah.
aren't, doom and gloom.
Yeah, we'll pick some happier topics for the next one.
We'll try.
All right.
Awesome,
Till next
dude.
time. Bye.